Yes, well done. Thank you, Gay. Yay. Some new faces. Some returning faces, yay. You made it. We made it. Yay. We braved the rain and the 50-degree weather. My name is Reverend Anand Anma, and I have the privilege and pleasure of being the senior minister here. I want to welcome all of you and also welcome our love streamers on YouTube. Today we have a very special guest speaker, Gay Hendricks. And yeah. And those of you who were here last night, I'm feeling verklempt again, know how much he and Katie mean to me and have brought to my life, and I'm so happy that I get to share them with you and you with them. And those of you who are interested in learning more, they have lots of bios and there's some books in the bookstore, but for today, let's just be here now. We begin with a land acknowledgement. We, the community of Unity in the Gold Country, acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Nisenan people, who have lived in relationship with this land for countless generations. Got some. We honor their enduring presence, resilience, and deep spiritual connection to the earth. In gratitude, we honor this land, its beauty, history, and the people who have always protected it. So we'd like to give a special welcome to those of you who are new to Unity in the Gold Country. We're getting a little bit of a wong up there. Okay. So if you have not yet received a welcome packet, could you please raise your hand so that we can be sure to welcome you with a little packet? Looks like, Hunter over there, great. And if you like, you can put the self-adhering guest ribbon on, and then we can give you a special welcome afterwards during our hospitality and snacks. This is my first time doing platform assistant. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. We're so glad that all of you are here, but particularly the people for the first time. I hope that you find what you're looking for. And our new people, we have a gift for you in the bookstore. So prayer at Unity is foundational. And if you would like to receive individual prayer today, our prayer chaplain is Christy, who's handing out the packets in that lovely orange peachy sweater. She'll meet you at the back of the sanctuary. We also have prayer request forms that are right outside the sanctuary doors. And our chaplain team will pray over you. And then the prayers go to headquarters in Lee's Summit, Missouri, where your prayers are prayed on for 30 more days by a whole team of divine souls. Also, Silent Unity in Missouri offers prayer 24/7 by phone or on the internet. Now we will light the Christ candle. With gratitude, we gather as the unique expressions of the divine presence that we are. We pause to feel into this life force that invites us to be a creative partner with it. We now allow it to fully embody within our whole being. We also sense and feel the connection that exists between each one of us, the universal web of intelligence that we partake in as human beings. As we appreciate our web of connectivity with one another, moving from a me to we focus, we express our desire to unite with all humanity through the energy of compassion and kindness. We invite this energy to now rise up within us while extending outward to connect with Mother Earth and all sentient beings. This uniting spirit of oneness of the one I am presence we call the Christ. We light this candle as a reminder that we are all blessed by being part of this one presence. It is the truth. Let us own it and make it real in our lives. Amen. All right, so Drew and Tom are our musicians today. And we've got, stand as you are able, and let's have our opening song, Put a Little Love in Your Heart.
1, 2, 3, 4. Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. If the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Another day goes by, still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. We want the world to know, we won't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. You go good, look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. We think that you decide, kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. 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 Thank you.
Please remain standing and greet your neighbor with a namaste, a handshake, or a hug. Whee!
Mute.
Such joyful noise. Katie's going to do our invocation for us today. We are so blessed.
I can speak up. This came to me in meditation a few days ago. Become a beacon of presence, a haven of welcoming, a tickle of wonder, so that when you come into a room, the breeze of becoming flows everywhere.
Beautiful, thank you. All right, let's say the prayer intention together, and let's today say it with the lens of joyful silliness. All right. Together, we set the intention that as each name on our prayer list is read, that person is bathed in love, and their highest good comes to them. Yes, and on our prayer list today, we have Arthur Anderson, Bob Anderson, Sean Patrick, Pat Lindkyle, Meyer, Julie and Curtis Zumwalt, Todd Woodbury, Caroline and Arthur, Mark and Lori Irwin, Tom and Stephanie Calkins, David McKay, Tenzin, Ashley and Chuck Newman, Jacob Gabriel Peskin, Hunter and his beloved dog Jackson, Tom Quinn, Jennifer Grapp, Rasco, Rose, Sage, and Iris, Lindsay McCune, Laura Milan, Mitch Austin, Liz and Paul, Christopher Stryker. And please feel free to speak the names aloud or quietly to yourself of others you would like to add. We affirm the awakening of Christ consciousness in every heart across our nation. We see through the illusion of division and anchor in the truth of oneness. We witness the harm of misguided power and affirm the potential for transformation in all hearts, including our leaders. We hold space for justice, awakening, and right action. We hold in light all individuals, families, and communities impacted by the illusion of separation. We joyfully embrace our sacred role as a beacon of light, especially for families and those seeking belonging. May they find what they seek here. We are a sanctuary of healing, joy, and spiritual nourishment. Here, all are welcome, all are valued, all are loved. We bless this land and all lands. We honor Mother Earth, and our actions show our love and gratitude. Love is greater than fear, and we are love in action. With courage and grace, we align with divine love, wisdom, and peace. And if you'd like to join me in our faith statement, the filter of bubbliness. All right. There is only one power, active as the universe and as our lives, the all-loving goodness of God, and all is well. I just got so bubbly there. Okay. All right, and now I'll read the daily word for us. This is our publication that comes from headquarters. It's been in print over 100 years. And today's word is discover. As I discover, I learn and grow. That's our affirmation. Let's say it together. As I discover, I learn and grow. So appropriate for having the Hendricks here. My life is a journey of discovery. Over the years, I may have traveled to other lands, discovering new cultures and landscapes. Through my explorations, I have learned all kinds of things and grown in all kinds of ways. My spiritual life has been a journey of discovery as well. Through my spiritual practice, I've deepened in my understanding of God and myself as a spiritual being. I have discovered new landscapes within myself as I have communed with God in prayer and have changed my life through the power of my thinking. As long as I live, I will find more to discover. Questioning, learning, and growing help me discover the wonders within and all around me. This is from Jeremiah 33, verse 3. Call to me and I will answer you and will tell you great and hidden things that you have not known. And now we'll shift into our moment of meditation. So I invite you to land where you're seated and allow everything to just drop in to the seat that supports you and Mother Earth that supports the seat and all of us. And taking a nice inhale together. If you like, you can sigh it out. Allowing ourselves to open our inner eye, open our mind, open our heart, collectively and individually. Finding the places of discovery, curiosity, and wonder within. Noticing anything that arises, allowing that to come forward. Maybe rolling out the inner red carpet for it, or having big, open, wide arms, lovingly available to embrace. Noticing any mischief thoughts and letting them be. Noticing any to-do and smiling and waving. Allow, allow, allow. We rest in knowing we can always love the unlovable. We can always turn towards. We can allow it to all be friendly. There's nothing to fight, nothing to gain or lose. Allowing for the depth that we are, our whole-bodied hearts, to drive just for the moment. In this state of being with, allowing, pure presence, will remain in silence for a few moments. With our spirit of discovery, of curiosity, of wonder, we allow more space for joyousness, for play, for sweetness, for connection and presence. We see our arms open wide to embrace this beautiful, complex, messy, gorgeous human experience, knowing that the divine is always driving. We allow for that. And if you like, you can remain in quiet contemplation during this next song, or if you like, you can open your eyes and come back to the room.
Love is why I'm here. Let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Give love is why I'm here. You're here. May you be an open channel. If love is why you're here, may you give and then receive. Give. Love is why we're here. May this be an open channel. If love is why we're here, let us give and then receive. Give.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom and Drew. And today we're going to do a little bit different. Katie's going to open up the talk, and Drew's going to bring her the mic, and then Gay will come up and give the talk.
It's great. This is a poem by Kathleen Rain called Because I Love. Because I love, the sun pours out its rays of living gold, pours out its gold and silver on the sea. Because I love, the earth upon her astral spindle winds her ecstasy-producing dance. Because I love, clouds travel on the winds through wide skies, skies wide and beautiful, blue and deep. Because I love, wind blows white sails, the wind blows over flowers, the sweet wind blows. Because I love, the ferns grow green, and green the grass, and green the transparent sunlit trees. Because I love, larks rise up from the grass, and all the leaves are full of singing birds. Because I love, the summer air quivers with 1,000 wings. Myriads of jeweled eyes burn in the light. Because I love, the iridescent shells upon the sand take forms as fine and intricate as thought. Because I love, there is an invisible way across the sky. Birds travel by that way. The sun and moon and all the stars travel that path by night. Because I love, there is a river flowing all night long. Because I love, all night the river flows into my sleep. 10,000 living things are sleeping in my arms, and sleeping wake and flowing are at rest.
Please come on up. Help me welcome Gay Hendricks.
Turn me on, Reverend.
You bet. With pleasure.
One of the things that Katie and I love to do is read each other poems, and so I wanted to share with you one of our favorite poems, and we have another one in a little while. But almost no music on earth to me is like the sound of Katie reading me a poem, so I wanted to share one of my everyday experiences with you. Well, thank you so much. I'm very happy and grateful to be here. Of course, at age 80, I'm very happy and grateful to be just about anywhere. But I'm particularly happy and grateful to be here among you because I know so many of you were here last night, and we had a wonderful time, and you opened your hearts to us. So I wanted to appreciate you for that, those of you that were there. And I wanted to appreciate Reverend Anand, I'm getting used to calling her Reverend Anand now, and for inviting us up and sharing your beautiful space with us. I wanted to call attention to that one little verse in the Kathleen Rain poem where she says, "There's an invisible way across the sky. Birds know it." And that always, even when I was a kid, I remember, how do they figure out where to go? You know, it's almost like they have tracks through the sky. And later on, I had a number of experiences that let me know that, yes, there is an invisible way across the sky, and here's what we have to do to get aboard it and nurture our experience of it. What is pulling us, in my opinion now, after working with 20,000 people over the years, in my experience, what is pulling us toward somewhere on those tracks through the sky is what I call your genius, your essence, who you are, what you're meant to do here, what you're meant to contribute here. And so I want to share with you 3 moments of my life where I got on that track and where it took me, and perhaps it will suggest sometimes when you get to a turning point, hearing how I navigated through it, perhaps it would be useful to you too. Were any of you folks around in 1969? I think some of you were. Yeah, all right, good. So I have a T-shirt that says, "I may be old, but I got to hear all the good bands." I got to hear Jimi Hendricks live, and but anyway, in 1969, I was at a low point of my life, and I'd been struggling with a problem pretty much since I was in utero. I was born with a medical problem that was a glandular problem that made me gain weight very fast. So by the end of my first year of life, I was one of those really fat babies you see sometimes on the front cover of the National Enquirer or something like that. And so I was the only fat person in a skinny family. And so I was taken around to different medical experts to figure out what to do, and I was given shots, and the cure for it actually didn't get discovered until sometime later. But they were throwing everything at me, and so anyway, I was a medical experiment for a long time, but I never could deal with the weight issue successfully until one magic day in 1969. By that time, I was making a royal mess out of my life. I was 100 pounds overweight. I weigh about 180, 190 now, but I was 300 and something at the time. I was puffing away on 2 or 3 packs of Marlboros a day. I wore big, thick glasses. I was in a really toxic relationship, and I wanted to get out of it, but I literally didn't have enough money to find another place to live. So I went out for a walk one day on a winter afternoon to kind of clear my head after a big argument. And I was walking down a New England country road, and I slipped on the ice. I stepped on a place that was covered with snow, and my feet shot out from under me. And I went whoop down on my back, and I hit my head, but I didn't knock myself out. But what I did, I call it an out of Hendricks experience, because for about 2 minutes, I was kind of disassociated from my personality, but by going inward. I didn't go out, I went in. And for about 2 minutes, I had this amazing experience of myself where it was as if I could see down through all the layers of me that I had never seen before. I could see that I had this layer of anger about growing up without a father, and my father died when my mother was pregnant with me, which may have set off some of the glandular stuff, but anyway, that all didn't matter after this one day. So on the ice, I had this vision of going down through myself and seeing all of these unseen and unowned parts of myself. Anger and sorrow and fear, and I realized that all of that was in my past, and in this exalted moment I realized, oh, my past doesn't have to do with my future. Oh, that was a huge realization, that the past is outside my control. It already happened. The only thing that matters is this moment. And so laying there on the ice, I realized what's going to get me to where I want to get to in life is commitment. Because I don't know anything else, and I don't know how to do it, but I can make a commitment to it. And so laying there on the ice, I made a commitment to feel a certain way. And the way I wanted to feel was what happened after I went down through all of those layers. I came to this place that I called pure consciousness, that everyone has as a gift of being human, but I experienced it as a vast open space of pure consciousness that was like a shimmering entity of purity that didn't have anything to do with my past. It was just there all the time. And I realized I'm going to make that my experience of pure consciousness all the time. Thank goodness I did, because right after I did it, like most things, it faded. And all of a sudden I realized, oh, I'm shivering on the ice. It's 30 degrees. I've got to walk a mile home. Oh, geez, I want a cigarette. Oh, God, I got to go back to the same apartment I hate. But then I had that commitment. I had that commitment to guide me. And so from that day forth, I decided to take responsibility for inventing the body and the life that I wanted. And so I started out by only eating food that seemed to feed my pure consciousness. So I quit eating everything I'd eaten before. And most of the stuff I'd eaten before was really, hamburgers, shakes, and fries and all that all the time. But I began to realize, that doesn't feed that sense of purity and lightness and ease in me. And so I discovered these remarkable entities that year called vegetables. And really, it was a new concept for me. I kept choosing foods that fed my purity. Diet to try next New Year's Day. It worked for me. And so within the course of a year, I'd not only peeled all that weight off, but for some magical reason, my vision changed, and I was able to pass my driving test for the first time ever in my life when I was in my 20s. And I passed my recent one without glasses, too. So whatever the fix was, it's held now for 50-some years. So what I got out of that moment was I hadn't been aligned with anything in life except maybe survival and getting by. But as soon as that guide my life, wow, it came out of nowhere. Suddenly this magic started to happen. Within a few days, I was by my phone one Sunday afternoon, and I got a friend call me, Neil Marinello, and he said, I'm going down the road from your set about. And he said, well, he's had some kind of big transformation, and he just got back from India and travels, and I want to see what he's up to. And so I said, okay. And so I got in the car, and we rode down to Webster Lake, New Hampshire, and I got out of the car, and we went in, and we were greeted by a little coterie of beautiful young people wearing Indian saris and yoga pants, and they came offering us fruit, and I had never seen anything like that in my life. It turned out to be Ram Dass. And Ram Dass had just gotten back from India and was in transition for being Richard Alpert, Harvard professor of psychology, to being, he'd gone through the whole LSD thing, and now he was reincarnated as Ram Dass, a disciple of a particular guru in India. Well, I talking about the stuff that I think education ought to be talking about, like how do you deal with real life, and how do you deal with your emotions, and how do you solve a problem without making somebody wrong. And so I went up to him afterwards and occasionally look at a picture of his guru, and you just have to open up. Thank goodness I asked him this question. I said, hey, look at me, I just had this big realization, but I don't know, I might do some therapy, but if you're in India, pranayama, and these are all new things to me, because I was an English major in college. I took one psychology course, and I didn't deal with it due to my lack of affinity for rodents. I didn't do well with rats, but anyway, fortunately, I did a little better later with human beings, but I don't know why they start people off in psychology with messing around with rats, but never could get comfortable with that. I asked Ram Dass, what do you do? And so he told me. And the next day, I'm at the supermarket, and there was a book right to the left of me when I was checking out called Yoga, Youth, and Reincarnation. And it was basically a book of yoga postures, breathing exercises, meditations. And I just bought the book and took it home that afternoon around 3 o'clock and started doing it. And I just, started with the chanting chapter, and then I went into the postures chapter, and then I got to the pranayama chapter. By about midnight, I was high as a kite. And I was just working my way through the book, and I got to the meditation chapter. And I just they had a very simple meditation where you just closed your eyes and said a mantra like Ram or Om or something like that. And within 2 minutes, much as I had That's with a feather. But if we're not oblivious that I needed the mallet approach. But that next time I realized, oh, there are easier ways to get that sense of transcendence. And so I begin doing all those things, somatic kinds of things, and I'm tickled pink that you all do so many of them here, like Qigong and other things that you do, because I think, I go to the gym 3 days a week and do all the kinds of things, because I do think our bodies are a temple, and we need to salute them every day and worship them as the temple that they are. Now, I've completely lost track of time here. What the heck?
Okay, just keep going.
Just keep going. Okay, good. Okay. She gave me permission, see.
Yep.
I want to roll the clock forward to one other moment in time which changed everything for me. Between the time I learned all of that stuff that I was learning in that year about how to feel my feelings and how to get in touch with myself, I kept coming up against, what do you do with the deepest old negative stuff in myself? And I realized that I'd gone about it the wrong way, trying to get rid of those things. That they weren't things that needed to be gotten rid of. They needed to be loved and welcomed into the wholeness of myself. And that became the tool of change that with some, there's some technicalities, but when I sit down with a person, any of those 20,000 people we've sat down with over the years, what I'm really interested in doing is inviting forth whatever needs to be embraced in the wholeness of themselves. Whatever hasn't been accepted and loved will continue to recycle and cause us dramas in our life. So that underneath everything is whatever needs to be loved. And so in the process of learning how to do that in myself, I spent a lot of time in my 20s and my early 30s kind of learning how to do that. And then it became increasingly clear to me that the real essence of transformation can only come not in a cave, but out there in the world of people. And I didn't have a partner at the time. And I'd been through a number of different relationships in my teens and 20s, and none of them had ended in a very satisfactory way. And so I came to a moment in December 1979, so we're rolling the clock forward 10 years now, so I'm a very different person. And, I've created a body I like, and I'm, feel happy and creative, and I've written a number of books and things like that. But what was missing for me was a partnership. And so I sat down one magical day in 1979 and just decided to sit until I'd figured out what I really wanted in a close relationship. And I came up with 3 things. I wanted a relationship where both people could speak any truth freely and be listened to. I'd had experiences of lots of relationships where somebody wasn't telling the truth about something, or one or the other of us had feelings or something we hadn't shared. And so there was always some kind of unspoken, unrevealed thing in there. And so I wanted to create a relationship that didn't have that was just a free flow of positive energy. And the second thing I realized, I'd had trouble in relationships over and over again because when arguments would come up, both of us would get into the blame game. It's your fault. No, it's your fault. Or if you'd just be less ... Well, wait a minute. What if you'd just be less ... Then I'd be happy. Well, I realized that all our relationship that doesn't have victims and villains. And so I decided I wanted to create a relationship where both people took healthy, see how I'm contributing to that, and the other person could say, oh, okay, I can see how I'm contributing to that, and things get resolved that way. Somebody should call Washington today and just tell them that there's a new concept in I have not had an instance of blaming each other for anything this century. That's 2025, so that's a lot of time going by since 1999. So It's possible to create relationships that don't have anything to do with blame, that have to do with both people being committed to their genius, to bringing forth their essence, who they truly are. The third thing I wanted to have is a close partner who was as committed to her creative path as I was. It didn't matter, it didn't have to be the same as mine, but it had to be something that she was passionate idea how to do that. A loving partner that I could grow with and change with over time, who had those three fundamentals, and whatever else she has. I'm happy to be alone, but I'll never settle for less. Cracking the whip. And so maybe that's why it happened so fast, because 1 month later, I walked into a crowded room in Menlo Park, California, and across the room from me, I saw this shimmering entity that of pure love and light that, as I adjusted my vision, also looked like the most gorgeous woman I'd ever seen. And I thought, I've got to make some way of connecting with her. Sure enough, at the break, she came over to ask me a question. And I said to her, I'll give a brief version of it, I said, I'd love to spend some time with you. I'm very attracted to you. However, I want to tell you about these three things. I said, I figured out a month ago that I only want relationships where both people tell the truth, both people take responsibility, both people are committed to their own creative path. On those terms, would you all time, which is, how about lunch? Ways to pull you across the sky. There are, on the coast of Argentina, a bunch of turtles that live there. And they're very remarkable turtles because they're big turtles. They to shore. Well, how far is Ascension Island? It's 1,500 miles out in the ocean. And it's the only thing out there. It's only 3 miles long. There's this prong of land sitting out there between South America and Africa and India and all that. And in fact, it's so hard to get to that they used it to refuel planes in World War II. And so that was the only thing that was there. It was a fuel dump. And there was a saying, if you miss Ascension, your widow gets your pension. Because even aircraft had a hard time finding Ascension Island. But these turtles have been doing that for thousands, and they think millions of years. Because at one time, Ascension Island was not across a bunch of water. And then things changed, and then it was out there. But imagine if turtles have something in them that can help them find Ascension Island that sometimes aircraft radar can't even get you to, and then they turn around and go back. If they can do that, and if birds can figure out how to get south, and hummingbirds figure out every year how to get from Guatemala over to Alabama without eating anything. They fly over the Gulf of Mexico, and this is something that only weighs a few ounces. Where does that energy come from? Something is pulling them in that direction. And in my experience, what's pulling us is that opportunity to express who we really are. And in that doing so, come across that ability to love yourself for everything that you are and everything that you're going through, and to also love other people for what they are and what they're going through. I have another poem for you that Katie will be happy to read, one of our very favorites.
Who made the grasshopper? I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes, and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it that you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
Yes, so what will you do with your one wild and precious life? Based on what I've seen so far, it looks really good. All right, blessings to you. Thank you so much for inviting us up, and blessings to you always.
Wow. Good thing we have tissue boxes stashed all over the place here. Thank you. Thank you both. Wow. Let's just take a moment and let that land. Feel into that. Allow for all that bubbly goodness inside. My goodness. What miracles. What beauty. We shift now into our thank you. That streamlines the process a lot. So you can just hold it in your heart, and if you have a physical offering, you can hold it in your hands. All change, pocket change can go in, and our recipient this month is the Sierra Services for the Blind. And if you'd like to affirm with me through the filter of whatever it is that's causing this magic, mystery, wonder. Divine love that I receive, so it is. Amen. And I think the baskets are going. Yep. And we'll have some special music.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Love, 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 love. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can do but you can learn is love. Love, love is all you need. All you need is love. Love, join us, love. Love is all you need. There's nothing you can know it isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. It's love. Everybody. It is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. 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 Thank you.
We receive these gifts with ultimate gratitude. Thank you so much. And this allows us to practice the law of circulation and send this out in widening circles of love, appreciation, support, and abundance. Thank you. Now it's time for gratitude and announcements. And I think the first thing is, well, it's International Wombat Day, first of all. That's very important. And it's the October birthday babies. Please, October birthday people, come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Don't be shy. So many. My parents used to say 10. So many. Happy birthday, everybody. Our silent auction is starting. We're collecting donations, but please don't bring them. Send a picture. And see the advert in the newsletter about it. We are going to do a training for our Love Stream team volunteers. No need to be intimidated. Edward's going to teach us, and he's a master teacher. So if you want to grow a little, come to the training. It's on November 11th at 6. And we've launched our capital campaign. Our goal is $35,000. And this number is no longer accurate because we brought a lot in yesterday with the event that we had with Gay and Katie. Yay. So we'll have an updated amount for you. But we are still taking, because we really we're getting really close to being able to get those doors handled. And we've had several quotes, and they've all been $17,000. All right. And we've got yoga, but there's no yoga on the 29th. That's on Wednesdays. Rev Joe and I are going to do a new member orientation on November 15th, 10 to 4. It'll probably be shorter, just so you know. And you can pick up a membership packet, or you can fill out the form online on our website. And we always have a lot of fun. And if you are a member, you're welcome to come and get a refresher or some new eyes on Unity teachings. Susan Levings will be holding her sound bath and meditation. Thanks. And what you do and who you are. This world is such a much more beautiful place. Thank you. Oh, dang it. All right. Not dang it. Oh, welcome. Music, ushers, Melody and Linda Carell, and children, Teresia. Thank you so much. And now let's all say the prayer for protection. Go ahead and stand up as you are able, and we'll say it with the filter of awe. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, because I am, and all is well. If you'd like to receive our weekly e-newsletter, there's a sign up in the back. Take us home, Drew and Tom.
2, 3. Day by day, three things I pray dearly. Day by day, three things I pray. See thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, these things I pray. See thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day. One more time. Day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray. Follow thee more clearly, follow thee more dearly, follow thee more dearly, day by 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 day.
Let's
Thank
go
you.
love more dearly with curiosity, awe, and wonder.